Greetings from Scouse Farm, and I am in the beautiful Huyton and Prescot golf course near where I live. And as I mentioned while I was out and about recently, this is somewhere I've been wanting to film for a while, and the chairman Dave has been very kind to allow me access because I know a few people who are members here, and we're going to show you a historically significant building which has a lot of links to the Huyton where we are now and where I live, as you know. And this is classed or called Hurst House. It was built in 1830 as the crown transferred from King George IV to King William IV. And for those who know a little bit about British history, King William IV is often overlooked. People don't even remember he existed. But yeah, we did have a King William in relatively recent times, and this was built under the reign of King William and put together in around, or opened around 26th of June 1830 after King George passed away. So at some point during that time this was built. It is a magnificent grade 2 listed building with a striking clock tower that you'll see in a minute when I go around the front, and it would have been visible from a long way away when Huyton wasn't as urbanized as it is today. And as you can see with the trees, a lot of the trees in this area, they would have been a lot smaller back when this house was built, so it would have been visible as we're at the top of a hill. So I'll just walk you around to show you the difference between the coloured bit of the front and some of the old stone on the back here. Just let this lady back the car up. Ooh. You can see all of these old sash windows. So a few of them are going to be repaired or replaced at some point, but as you can imagine, being a private members club, all of the people will have to chip in really and try and get the funds, because it's not cheap to replace things like that. And on the back here, I'll zoom in when I get there, but we can see that although the building was opened around 1830, the original part of Hurst Hall, it's got additions, this one being, as you'll see now, 1877. And this was apparently the water tower, or they call it the water tower. And round the back is some even more modern additions, so we'll leave them and we'll just go round and I'll tell you a bit about the history of why it's important for Huyton. So this mansion house was the seat of the locally famous Seal family, and the family have a road named after them in Huyton as well, but it did pass through marriage or acquisition to Thomas Seal, who acquired a lot of the land after purchasing this house and the manor from William Woolfall. And Woolfall again is someone famous because there's Woolfall Heath and Woolfall Avenue all named after him in Huyton. So a lot of prominent families from Huyton have roads or pubs named after them. You've got the Stanley Arms, Molyneux is another famous family. So I'm going to walk you around the front now and show you the amazing clock tower. But when it was acquired, in the will, Thomas was named as a benefactor who would inherit all of the land around here. And in 1814, the grandson, Thomas Unsworth, who was the grandson of Thomas Seal, he assumed the name Thomas Molyneux Seal because they married into the Molyneux family, making one big, massive, happy, rich family, as mentioned. Look at that. We'll go and get a closer look at it in a minute. So yeah, he married into the Molyneux family, and then upon the death of his Aunt Margaret, he took possession of this Hurst House and all of the grounds, which you can now see are a golf course. Thought that was a cat then. Luckily it's not, it's just a towel. Look at this. So we're standing near the original part now, which is still stone with a stucco, or did have a stucco rendering, which is just a weatherproof coating like a render. and being grade 2 listed, you do have difficulties if you want to maintain or replace anything that's original, so that comes with cost, which is why they're trying to raise funds now to get some more work done, because not many golf clubs have grade 2 listed properties on the premises, which are very, very expensive to maintain. But after passing through the Evans family, who were a local family that were originally known for printing, so they owned printing works, but then later on into coal mining, they then sold all of this, what you can see now, to the Atherton family. And then during the reign of the Atherton family as such, in 1904, this was turned into a golf course, and it was designed under the guidance and supervision of a James Braid, who apparently, because I know nothing about golf, is very famous for designing golf courses, and he was a 5-time, I think, Open champion, which is probably very, very good for golf people. And he did design the course, which then opened in 1905. But yeah, straining my neck trying to get up to the top there. But you can imagine it is, what a beautiful setting to play golf. But being a private members club, it's not somewhere you can just turn up and play golf, I don't think. And let's have a look at this stag. So around about 2005, I believe, the 100-year, the centenary anniversary, this was placed out front. So someone got the funds together to place this beautiful stag, because that is the logo of the Huyton and Prescot Golf Club. And some famous people, very, very famous people, have played here. None other than the Prince of Wales, who later became, for a very, very brief spell, King Edward VIII. But he played here while he was up visiting the Earl of Derby, because the Earl of Derby is seated in Knowsley Hall, which is over that way a little bit. So it's literally over there, not that far. And that was the main manor house of the entire area of Knowsley. But as you can see, look at the grounds. What used to be a coal mine is now a fantastic golf course. And on the golfing side of it, in 1965, some of the members, they got wind that the M57, what is now the M57, and some other roads were going to be built in the area. So the golf course that was at the time was under threat, because certain sections of the golf course would need to be like cut up or lost to the building of the road. And they then had to redesign the whole golf course in between 1965 until around 1972, when it reopened again under the new configuration, which apparently is now a lot better than it was before. So maybe it was a happy accident that they figured it out. So that is where I am, viewers. Another historically significant building for Huyton, and an absolutely beautiful, beautiful structure, both the old and some of the new, but not all of it. Not that little bit there. So that'll do you, viewers. I'm going to get in out of the wind. The wind's picking up. Thank you all very much for watching. Have yourselves a great day. And Scouse Farm, we'll see you all again soon.